This
We start the
conference
class.
will now be recorded.
Start the class. So today's class will learn some of the topics from 15 unit, that is resonance and locus diagrams. 15 unit is having resonance and locus diagrams. Okay. Now these are the contents we are going to study in this class. The concept of resonance, series resonance, and some of the features of the series resonance and parallel resonance and again its features. Okay, start. So I think that you know about the basic idea of a resonance. Is clear? Or do you know the basic idea of resonance in physics? Do you know? Respond, please. Or do you have the idea of resonance in physics? Respond, anybody?
Sir. No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. I'll give you the basic idea here. So resonance, I mean, each and every material will be having its own frequency. Okay. Now the physics concept is that each and every material or person or anybody will be having its own a frequency. That frequency of some equipment can be called as a natural frequency, right? A natural frequency. If natural frequency of that equipment is handled with the applied frequency, then that object or that material is going to be behaving in a peculiar performance or peculiar. Its response of that object will become different. Different that material is going to be behaving. This nature is called as resonance, right? That is each and every equipment or each and everything in this world that will be having its own what say frequency. That frequency is called a natural frequency. If natural frequency of an equipment is the same as the applied frequency, that is whenever the applied frequency value is matching with the natural frequency of a system or object or else a person, then that object or system or person is going to be behaving in a peculiar manner. This concept is called a resonance. This concept is actually present in physics here. Now here the same concept is applicable in the electrical engineering also. Now in the electrical engineering also here. Now here in the electrical engineering here, we will be having the same concept of resonance also. The only difference is that here we are going to be dealing with the practical manner of resonance here.
क्या देख रहा है
Yes. Yes. Do you have any doubt? Or you have any doubt here? Shall you
Once
proceed?
repeat again, sir. Once repeat again, sir.
Okay. Each and every object will be having its own frequency called natural frequency. If applied frequency is matching with the natural frequency, then that object or material or circuit is going to be behaving in a different manner. This concept is called a resonance. That is the behavior of an object. The behavior of an object when the applied frequency is matching with the natural frequency of that object. So that here the condition is that the applied frequency to the object is to be matching with the natural frequency of that object. Then only a different performance can be provided by that object. Okay, it's clear. So based upon that concept in the electrical engineering also, we'll be having the same concept of resonance also. Resonance also. There are two types of resonances in the electrical engineering. They are series resonance and parallel resonance. But depending upon the circuit conditions, whenever circuit is connected in terms of series connection, then that can be called a series resonance. If the circuit is connected in parallel, then that can be called a parallel resonance. Okay. Now here, first of all, we will talk about the series resonance, or then after the parallel resonance here. Okay. Now in the series resonance, the resonance is going to be taking place or occurring when reactance of the circuit is equal to 0. Clear? So the condition for resonance in series circuits is that the total reactance of the circuit should become 0. So this is the condition. Let us take a simple RLC circuit where the applied voltage is a sinusoidal waveform. So that here the Vs, an applied voltage is it is in which form it is? Vs is equal a magnitude, peak value, maximum value at an angle of theta. So that here the applied potential I have taken is in the form of polar form. A sinusoidal waveform is going to be taken in terms of a polar form, for example. So you can take the same applied potential in rectangular form also, no problem. So whenever this sinusoidal voltage signal is applied to a series RLC circuit, then let us solve this circuit. So that here the total impedance of this circuit, are going to finding out as R plus J omega L plus 1 by J omega C. J omega C it is. Where omega is an angular frequency of the circuit, 2 pi f, and L is the inductance and C is the capacitance of the circuit. So J omega L is the reactance of the inductance, and 1 by J and omega C is the reactance of the capacitance. You know from the previous classes that reactance is the opposition offered by the inductance or capacitance to an AC signal. Okay, so similar to a resistance only. So that here the total an impedance of this circuit. Simplifying this one, we can get that J omega L minus omega C. But this is obtained by doing some arithmetics. Clear? Are you following me? Are you able to follow me? Okay. So that here I have just performed some mathematics only. Mathematics only. So that I can take that one into minus tan omega c. I will show you how it came. It's only simple mathematics only. I have taken the series RLC circuit here. So from series RLC circuit, I have done the mathematics here, so that it is. I will show it. I will give. It is J and omega L plus 1 by J. 1 by J is being multiplied with J. That is to transfer the term J into the numerator term. So it can become J square by J. So that I can get here minus. Okay. Now in this equation, with imaginary part of omega L minus 1 by omega c. This is the imaginary part which are calling as reactance term. This reactance term should become 0. So that equating the reactance term to become 0, we can simplify that plain one is equal omega L is equal 1 by omega c. So that omega naught is equal 1 by root of LC, where omega is equal to 2 pi f. For simplifying here the frequency, resonant frequency if formula is derived as an f naught or fr is equal 1 by 2 pi root of LC. 1 by 2 pi root of an LC, frequency of resonance. So that resonant frequency is the frequency at which resonance is going to be occurring. Okay. So that for the case of series RLC circuit, the condition for the resonance is that reactance term should become equal to 0. Based upon that one, an equation for the resonant frequency is going to be arrived like this here. Okay. Now we'll talk about some of the characteristics. We'll talk about some of the characteristics of series resonant circuit now. Okay. Now, first of all, the impedance. Are you able to see the screen? Respond.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you understand the concept of resonance now? Did you understand the concept of resonance?
Sir?
Did you understand the concept of resonance?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that here the condition for resonance is that XL should be equal to an XC, that is reactance of series an RLC circuit should become 0, so that XL minus XC should become 0. I will tell you some of the basic characteristics of the series resonance now. So whenever the series resonance is going to be taking place, then the total impedance offered by the circuit, now the total impedance offered by the circuit can become Z is equal R only, right? Z is equal R only here. Okay, so that at resonance condition, this term has become 0. That is the reactance term of series RLC circuit has become 0. So that here the total impedance offered by the series resonance circuit Z is equal R only. At which condition it is going to be taking place? At a frequency of, that is, now the applied frequency of the signal is equal to F naught value, resonance frequency value. So that now the applied frequency, of the input signal is matching with the frequency, natural frequency of series RLC circuit, then only resonance is going to be taking place. So that here I am going to be changing the frequency of the input signal with respect to the natural frequency of the series RLC circuit. The natural frequency of the series RLC circuit or resonance frequency, its equation is derived in this manner. Now, in these conditions, if I can draw a graph with respect to the frequency, versus different parameters of the circuit, okay, we will observe. So that here an x-axis is your frequency term. Your x-axis is a frequency. So that by changing the frequency now, I am going to vary the various parameters. Okay. So that here an x-axis is the frequency. Frequency of this series RL series circuit is going to changing from 0 to at any value. So whenever the frequency of the circuit is going to be changing in this manner, so that I am going to calculate the different values of an XC and XL also, capacitive reactance and inductive reactance with respect to frequency term F term here. So that at F is equal to 0, so that an XL term has become 0. This green line is the XL line, right? This green straight line is indicating an XL characteristic. So that the frequency of the applied source signal has become 0, so that an XL has become 0. So that by means of changing the frequency, our XL value is going to be increasing linearly from the origin. Fine. Now at F is equal to 0, so that here a capacitive reactance XC term has become 1 by 0, that is infinity, right? Infinity onwards, the XC characteristic is going to be starting now. Now variations in the XC value are going to be plotted in this manner by changing the frequency. Now here, whatever the total impedance Z value, this is the variation of the total impedance Z is equal R plus J XL minus XC or XC minus XL. So that at a frequency of F is equal to FR here. Now the values of XL and XC have become equal and opposite, right? So that at a frequency of F is equal to FR here, I'm talking about at this point. So at this point, the value of an XL and XC are equal, and they are an opposite. It is in the increasing manner, and again it is in the decreasing manner. So that at a frequency of F is equal to FR, both XC and XL are going to be equal and opposite. So that if I can take the resultant value of an XC minus XL, then that can become 0. So that the impedance at this value is just consisting of resistance only at resonance condition. Before the resonance condition here, before the resonance condition, we will be having the impedance value of R plus and XC or plus or minus XL. After the resonant frequency also we will be having Z is equal R plus or minus XL plus or minus XC. But exactly at F is equal and FR only, at FR only here, we will be having Z is equal R. So these are some of the same characteristics of an XC and XL. Before the frequency of FR, that is at less than the resonance frequency and FR here, which element is going to be dominating the circuit of RLC series circuit, and XC is going to be dominating the RLC series circuit before the value of F is equal to FR. At above the value of FR, that is greater than the resonance frequency and FR here, the circuit is dominated by the inductance. And at F is equal to FR, at F is equal to FR, the circuit is dominated by resistance only, or only here. So that here the circuit is going to be offering three types of the impedances. Below the frequency of an FR, but the circuit is going to be dominated by the capacitance. After the resonant frequency here, our circuit is going to be dominated by the inductance. At F is equal to FR, our circuit is going to be dominated by resistance only. That is, three different natures of the circuit can be observed here. This different peculiar performance of the circuit is called a resonance here. Clear? So that resonance is going to be offering a different types of the impedances, different types of the impedances depending upon the operating frequency, depending upon the operating frequencies now. Okay, we'll proceed further here. So that now we can here second factor to be observed is the operating power factor of the circuit and how the power factor of the circuit is going to be changing. So now if you can observe here that power factor of the circuit, that is Z is equal to our total impedance of the circuit, as you know that Z is equal to R plus or minus J term of XL minus XC, right? XL minus and XC. So that here the from the impedance triangle, the impedance angle tan theta, is equal to reactance term by an imaginary term, by real term. So that it is an XL minus XC by R here. So that by changing but here the power factor angle of the circuit can be calculated from this simple RLC series circuit. So that now here we will be having the three different types of the power factors are going to be offered by the series resonance circuit. Now the power factor at F is equal to FR. At F is equal to FR, here the power factor is exactly equal to 0 degrees, so that cos 0 is equal to 1. So that here the power factor can be calculated as cos theta, or cos theta is called as the power factor. Okay, so that here the power factor at different conditions can be calculated depending upon circuit operating frequency. So that at F is equal to FR, here the phase angle is equal to 0, so that cos 0 is equal to 1. That is, unity power factor can be obtained from the circuit. Before the resonant frequency, our circuit is dominated by the capacitance. Circuit is dominated by the capacitance, so that it is going to be an offering leading power factor. Leading power factor can be obtained before F is less than FR. F is less than FR here. Above the resonance frequency, our circuit is dominated by the inductance. So that here for greater than FR, we will be having lagging power factor. Lagging power factor can be obtained. Okay, so that three different power factors: one leading power factor and lagging power factor. Three different power factors can be obtained from the circuit by changing its frequency value only. This is going to be playing a very important role in the applications of a series RLC circuit. That is, a simple series RLC circuit can be operated at three different power factors. At three different power factors, depending upon the applied frequency value only. So that is going to be causing a different concept also here. Now the third parameter to be understood is that quality factor. The quality factor here. Okay. Now the quality factor is nothing but this is the formula for the quality factor. So that is the quality factor is going to be indicating what is the quality of a circuit, or the quality of a circuit to be selected for an application, so that it is reactive power by an actual power or real power, so that you can get an XL by R, which is again equal to an XC by R, an XC, capacitive reactance by resistance also. Both formulas are valid for the quality factor. Then the next one is voltages across the inductance alone and capacitance alone. Now at F is equal to FR, the voltages across L and C are equal and opposite. Equal and opposite. So that if you can draw the curve here, now Z at F is equal to FR, Z is equal to R only. So that here the an impedance value offered by the circuit at F is equal to and FR is equal to a minimum value only. Hence, a current taken by the circuit can become maximum. So that if R is decreasing at F is equal to FR, meaning that current is going to be reaching its peak value. Current I is going to be reaching its peak value. So that this is the aeration of the current curve. Aeration of the current curve with respect to frequency. So that here the current is going to be starting from origin value and reaching maximum value at Z is equal to R, and again the current is going to be decreasing and the frequency is increasing in this manner. So the maximum current can be taken by the circuit at F is equal to FR only. That is, the magnitude of the current taken in the circuit is not constant, or that is going to be changing with respect to its applied frequency only. So that depending upon the applied frequency here, different currents can be taken by the circuit. This peculiar nature we are calling a resonance. Now similarly, I can draw the curve of voltage curve here. Now the voltage curve of the circuit will be like this, opposite to a current curve here. Okay. Now at the same time, at F is equal to FR, VL and VC are equal and opposite. Yes, please. VL and VC are opposite. VL and VC are opposite, but equal magnitude at F is equal to FR. We'll see that one also. So that now if you can observe here that, here at F is equal to FR here, the two frequencies, two voltages are equal and opposite. The two voltages are equal and opposite at F is equal to FR. At F is equal to FR here, we will be having the two equal and opposite voltages VL and VC, so that we will be having voltage across VR only. VR only here. Okay. The next factor to understand the concept of resonance is bandwidth. Bandwidth term, you know about in case of the our internet connection or radio signals or etc, right? So that now bandwidth is going to come into picture. This is the current curve taken by the resonant frequency here. Now here are going to be calculating this width of that is bandwidth is nothing but a band of frequency, a set of frequencies here. So that here these two set of frequencies are to be selected in this manner, that it is 70.7%, 70.7% of its peak value. Those curves can be called a lower cutoff frequency and upper cutoff frequency. A difference of these two frequencies of 70.7% of its peak value can be called a bandwidth. A difference of those two. Now the lower the value, narrow is the width of the bandwidth, then selectivity of the circuit is more. So this is the equation for selectivity, quality factor, bandwidth and resonant frequency, or selectivity, resonant frequency and bandwidth. So bandwidth is nothing but a band of frequencies, Okay. After knowing the bandwidth here, we have to know about these two values, and F1 and F2 are also called as half power frequencies, right? These two values, the width of bandwidth can also be called as half power frequencies. Because here the maximum power by the circuit at FE between the lower cutoff frequency and upper cutoff frequency is only 50% of its maximum value. So that's why F1 and F2 are called as half power frequencies also. That is half power. 50% of the power will be taken at F1 and F2. So because of this reason, these two frequencies F1 and F2 are called as the half power frequencies. A difference of the two half power frequencies can also be called a bandwidth also. Selectivity. Next factor is selectivity. So that here the selectivity, its value is indicating how to say, selectivity is the value of indication that whether a particular RLC circuit can be selected for an application or not. So the popular application of series RLC circuit is that it is a band pass filter. Band pass filter here. So that a series RLC circuit can be selected. Series RLC resonant circuit can be popularly used in case of band pass filter. This is the popular application of series resonant circuit. Okay, so that for the case of a band pass filter, you will be having selectivity. That is, either my RLC series circuit can be selected for this application or not. That is going to be decided by this factor. Right? I repeat again, selectivity is a measure of selection of a series RLC circuit for band pass filter applications. Okay, so higher the selectivity, then bandwidth of that signal should become as low as possible. And similarly, next factor to be understand is that voltage magnification factor in series RLC circuit. So that at F is equal to FR at resonant frequency, we came across that the voltages across L and C are equal and opposite in nature. But here the ratio of voltage across VL and VC, the voltage across whether the VL or VC. But keep in mind that I cannot take the two voltages at the same time, because if I can take the two voltages at the same time, then the total resultant voltage can become zero. So that I have to take either VC or VL separately only. I should not combine VL and VC, because at this state here that the resultant its voltage can become zero. So that if I can take the individual ratio of VL by V is called as magnification factor Q also. So that magnification factor or selectivity factor are indicating the same meaning, VL by V. That is, the voltage across the inductance is going to be an increase. The voltage across the VL or VC is going to be increased by a quality factor times or selectivity times of the applied potential VA. Okay. Now let us solve some problems based upon this concept here. Based upon concept, let us solve very simple problems. Okay. So now in this RLC series circuit, what is the impedance and phase angle of the series RLC circuit, and everything is clear. So that total impedance Z is equal to root of R square plus an XL plus or minus an XC square. So that here an XL and XC. So that here an XL and XC is equal to 2 kilo ohm minus 5 kilo ohm. I am just taking the magnitude only, modulus term only, so that it is 3. 3 kilo ohm square plus R is equal to 1 kilo ohm square. So you can get this value of 3.16 ohms. Or the phase angle or power factor angle is equal to reactance term 3 kilo ohm by real term of 1. You can get this angle. So that here the capacity now here the circuit is going to be dominated by an XC, a capacitance, because the value of an XC is larger than an XL value, so that what the circuit is capacitively dominated and a power factor angle is equal leading in this case, a leading power factor it is. Okay. Now, these are important features of series RLC circuit, resonance circuit here. So here the imaginary part of an impedance Z should be equal to 0. That is, an XL minus XC should become 0. An XL minus XC or XC minus XL is equal to 0 at resonance condition. This is the condition for series resonance. The impedance is minimum. Z is equal to R only, as you have seen. Okay. Now input voltages and currents at Z is equal to R are in phase because of the property of the resistance. Okay. Now the power factor of the circuit at resonance condition is unity only. Unity at the resonance condition it is. Current drawn at resonance condition is equal to maximum current. We have seen this graph. Current drawn by the resonance curve is equal to maximum. Okay. So that its applications are a band pass filter. Now, the voltages across L and C, VL and VC are equal in magnitude and out of phase. 180 degrees out of phase. Or the combined voltage across L and C is equal to 0. Now, coming to the behavior of the resonance circuit here. Now, resonance circuit is going to be having 3 types of behaviors depending upon the operating frequencies. Now exactly at the resonant frequency, our circuit is going to be purely resistive circuit only, and then the power factor is equal to 1. Below the resonant frequency, our circuit is dominated by the capacitance, and hence capacitance can produce a leading power factor. Above the resonant frequency, our circuit is dominated by the inductance only, so that the nature of the inductance is that its power factor is equal to lagging here. So these are the important summary about the RLC series resonance circuit. So that these are also important from the examination point of view also, either for the short answer bits or maybe for descriptive also. Okay. Now we will talk about parallel resonance. We'll talk about the parallel resonance now. Parallel resonance we'll talk now. Now, similar to the series RLC resonance also, you will be having parallel resonance also. Now, its meaning is that now in a parallel circuit also, the resonance can be taking place. So that here the circuit taken is parallel circuit. We are taking a parallel circuit here. R, L, C are in parallel. So that now in a parallel circuit, we will derive the condition for resonance also. Now for the parallel circuit, the condition is that susceptance term should become 0. Okay. To recollect some of the basic terminology here, we know that Z is equal a basic impedance term. Z is equal to R plus JXL or XC. J terms XL or an XC term. So that JXL plus or minus an XC term is an imaginary part. An impedance it is resistance, and these two terms are indicating the reactance. So similarly, Y meaning that admittance, y is equal to 1 by z. 1 by z is called as an admittance. We know all these basics in the fourth unit, as I said in the previous classes. Okay, and G is nothing but G is equal to 1 by R. Conductance G is equal to 1 by R. Right? 1 by R term can be called as G. B, susceptance term B. So that B is equal to 1 by XL. Susceptance is called a reciprocal, right? Right here. So susceptance is nothing but B is nothing but 1 by X. 1 by X. So that here the total admittance of the circuit, the total admittance of this series RLC circuit is given as 1 by Z. 1 by Z is equal to Y is equal to 1 by R plus 1 by J omega L, that is an XL, and 1 by J and omega C. That is writing the impedance of this series equation in terms of an impedance, conductance and susceptance term. So what here the condition for the parallel resonance is that susceptance term B term should become 0. That is 1 by XL. This term should become 0. This term should become 0. So whenever this term has become 0, whenever this term has become 0 here, we can get the same equation for an FR also. Okay, we can get the same equation for resonance frequency. Our same equation for series resonance and parallel resonance is valid. A circuit may be series or parallel. We can derive the same. We can derive the same thing. Okay. Now, similar to the series resonance also, we will be having similar properties also for this one. We will be having similar properties of its impedance characters. But observe here that in the parallel circuit, the current passing through the inductance and capacitance is equal and opposite. Is equal and opposite here. So that for this nature here, we will be having quite opposite characteristics for parallel resonance. Now for series resonance, as you know that the impedance at F is equal to FR is that curve was like that. An impedance for series RLC circuit it is. But for the parallel, resonance circuit, it is opposite nature. It is the opposite characteristic of series resonance circuit here because of this nature. So that parallel resonance concept is quite opposite to the series resonance concept. Okay. Now we can take the different values of susceptances in the parallel RLC circuit. Now this is the characteristic. Now in the parallel RLC circuit, we know that Y is equal to, what is the equation for the admittance? Y is equal to G, conductance G plus susceptance. The impedance term Z is equal to resistance R plus reactance term Jx. A reciprocal of these terms can be taken as Y, 1 by Z, 1 by Z, so that it is Jp. So I am trying the characteristics of various impedances. A conductance G is going to appearing at this value, variation of G. So that resistance is the independent parameter of frequency, and x-axis is frequency, omega value here, and total admittance curve y is equal to this curve. This is the total admittance curve. Or capacitive reactance curve, this curve. That is of a series RLC circuit, it was the characteristics of an XL. But now it is the capacitive reactance curve. Opposite characteristic it is. So that it is an XC. It is an BC, okay. It is BL curve. Or susceptance of an inductance curve it is. A capacitance characteristic, an inductance characteristic, conductance characteristics, YGB, so that the total admittance is like this here. Okay. Or simply saying the behavior of series resonance and parallel resonance are opposite. So keep in mind that about that simple thing here. Okay. So that you can understand the things. We'll observe some more properties here. Now, voltage curve. This is the current curve. Current curve is opposite to the series RL circuit. This is the characteristic of I. Voltage characteristic is opposite to a current characteristic. V characteristic. V. And exactly opposite to series resonance concept it is. Similarly, we'll be having the same concept of a bandwidth also here. A bandwidth concept also we will take into account. So that a definition of a bandwidth, a derivation of a bandwidth, and then its equations all are same. So the only thing is that whether we are taking the graph for voltage curve in this case for the case of parallel resonance, or for the series resonance it was current curve only. Okay. The quality factor. Now for the case of series RLC circuit, it was for opposite. For series RLC circuit, it is XL by R. It was an XL by R for series RLC circuit, but for the parallel resonance circuit, it is opposite. R by XL, and it is R by an XC. Now, for the case of series RLC circuit, we'll be having a magnification factor for voltage there, but for the parallel resonance circuit, we'll be having magnification factor for current I, or current I value it is. That is, currents across the capacitance and inductance are equal and opposite for the case of parallel resonance circuit here. Okay. Now similarly here the properties of all these things are properties of the parallel resonance term here. So here the total admittance in the circuit has become 0. At here the imaginary part of Y, that is B, BL minus BC, BL minus BC term for case of parallel resonance is equal to 0. Okay. Now for the case of parallel resonance here, the impedance is maximum at this value. Voltages and currents are both are in phase, same properties. and power factor is equal to unity at F is equal to FR. So current drawn in this case, it is minimum current, so that its application is that it is a band reject filter. Series RLC circuit, it is a band pass filter, a BPS filter there. But for the parallel RLC resonance circuit, it is BRF, band reject filter here. Now, currents through L and C are equal and opposite here. So that if you can take the total summation of the total current across L and C, then that is going to be becoming 0. Now, similar to the series RL circuit also, parallel resonance circuit is having three different behaviors. At F is equal to FR, it's going to be acting as unity power factor. Why? Because of the resistive nature. And at below the resonant frequency, it is going to be providing a lagging power factor. Why? Because of the an inductive nature. Now at above the resonant frequency, it is going to be providing a leading power factor. Why? Because of capacitive nature. Because of the capacitive nature. So that here the features of series resonance and parallel resonance are an exactly opposite, or an opposite nature here. So this is the concept of resonance here after 5th unit. Did you understand the topic?
Yes, sir.
Okay, a
Yes,
very
sir.
simple topic. Okay, it is the very simple topic in the 5th unit, and very important from the examination point of view. Some of the questions for this one is that an important questions previously asked in the examinations is that what are the features of series resonance and parallel resonance. You can list out the 9 features at least, and derive the equations for the resonant frequency, the quality factor, a bandwidth factor, or etc. Here. Derivations of that one only. Okay, practice those derivations and practice some problems also. Okay, is clear? Or do you have any doubts now?
No, sir.
No doubt. Now I would like to know why the attendance is very poor. Hello.
Sir, sir.
Attendance is very poor. Why are you not interested? I don't know the reason.
I don't know, sir, because I already sent messages, sir, because before
Yeah,
the
yeah.
class starting. Also, I am send a message, sir. Please come to class. Please join immediately. I am type message, sir. But they didn't
Are
join. I
doing
don't
the
know,
right
sir.
thing. Are doing the right thing, but people are not showing interest to this class. And principal and everybody is asking, but they will contact
No,
on
sir.
those absentee numbers and they
Actually,
will
there is a
contact you.
problem in internet facility, sir.
Uh,
Sir,
uh,
actually,
but for
almost
yeah.
some of those who are not attending to classes, the members are
Hmm.
from villages, sir. So in the villages, they don't have internet facility as good, sir. So
Hmm.
they are replying like this, sir. Because in Rajmahal also, we are getting somewhat less net facility.
Yeah, but of course,
Yes, sir. Yes,
but
sir.
you know the people are going to be asking the questions only. Why? You are not everything. No problem.
Yes, sir, but the main reason is this one, sir. Internet